conversation subsequently as we ask the crucial questions that matter to the people as regards the operation of the anti-graft agency. Let's turn our attention now to the police. I'm joined by ACP Muyiwa Adejobi, who joins us to discuss some of the updates within the police force. We are following the arrests made in the outgone year. More than 5,000 malicious domains, we understand, have now been dismantled, and over 700 arrests made in that regard. ACP Muyiwa Adejobi, thank you for joining us on the program this evening. What do these figures tell us about the trend of cybercrime in Nigeria? I'm thinking perhaps we can compare it with what happened in 2023.
Well, good evening, Nigerians. These figures roll all over the place. But also tell us that we have improvement in providing adequate security for citizens of this country, protecting lives and property, and making sure we have public safety across the length and breadth of this country. Particularly the effort of the Nigerian police force in protecting our digital space or cyber space in this country. Don't forget, before now, we were not having it good as for protecting our digital space. But with the effort of the Inspector General of Police when he came on board as the IGP to reactivate the Nigerian Police National Cybercrime Center, making sure experts and tested and trusted individuals, detectives, were deployed to this center to protect our digital space in this country. The figures we rolled out like 2 days ago, these figures were to tell you that we have improvement in all areas, not only in the digital, protecting digital space in Nigeria, but across all sectors of policing in this country. We were able to arrest, we recorded more than 751 cases, and we have more than 5,000 domains destroyed. Don't forget, you recollect that we arrested more than 113 foreign nationals who were involved in cyber-related crimes in Nigeria. This to show that the Nigerian police force under leadership of the IGP has received what it needs or it requires to needful in making sure protect cyberspace in Nigeria. Aside from this, the Interpol Cybercrime Unit has adjudged and has announced the Nigeria Police National Cybercrime Center as the best in Africa, out of amongst 54 other countries that competed for this position. So with what we have, to compare 2024 with 2023, we have improvement in all areas. All right. Not only in the cybercrime space, across the length and breadth of Nigeria. I can tell you, according to the speech of the IGP, to tell us the achievement, and the landmark achievement of the Nigerian Police Force in 2024. More than 30,000 suspects were arrested in many offenses across the country. More than 1,800 or 900 victims of kidnapping victims were rescued on port. Think compared to what we had in 2023, we have improvement in all areas of policing, internal security of this country, and I think is commendable. That's why the IGP has commended officers and men of the Nigerian Police Force for their doggedness, their commitment to providing adequate security and making sure we have.
I hear you clearly, ACP. We are almost out of time, and I just want to answer this before we go because we couldn't connect with you earlier. The flip side to your achievement in 2024 is the issue of kidnapping, which turned out to be perhaps one of the most alarming crime in Nigeria. I'm sure you saw the figures from MBS that Nigerians paid over 2 trillion naira in ransom. 4.14 million households, we understand, were affected. Does that baffle you, considering that?
I can't hear you, please. Can you speak louder a bit? I can't hear you.
I'm talking about the figures of kidnapping in 2024. The fact that the MBS says Nigerians paid over 2 trillion naira in ransom and over 4 million households were affected. I was asking if that baffles you, because the police is supposed to be the people, the police is supposed to be the first port of call when kidnapping happens.
The police was shocked when that figure was released by then MBS. I don't know how they arrived at that figure of the number of the amount of ransom paid. The Nigerian police force was taken aback because I wouldn't know how they arrive at that. In as much as we don't want to engage in unnecessary arguments, our style in the police is always to make sure we study reports. When a ministry, department, or agency rolls out a report like this, we always like to investigate. Don't forget, it's our tradition in the police to always take our time to do that. Like the case of Amnesty International as per the protest, we took our time to do thorough investigation into that report. We have punctured the assertion of Amnesty International and we made a release. So we are studying the release of the report made by the Bureau of Statistics concerning the amount of ransom paid. But we are taken aback when we got this, and it's still confusing. But don't let me be judgmental here, if I mean. Let us take our time to have our report. The IGP has set up a team or a committee to look into that report to see what actually went wrong and where we had such a thing. So we are studying the report and we are going to speak as I went into that. But we are surprised, and it's still surprising.
All right.
We have such a figure from the Bureau of Statistics. That's
our time. I am surprised that you are surprised too, because the NBS is an agency of government and their figures are supposed to be, an authority in that regard. But we'll continue this conversation subsequently when we have the time. Police, Force PRO, ACP Adejobi, thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you, Ifemi. Good evening, Nigerians. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day.
That's our show today, everyone. We'll continue to ask the difficult questions and get government people accountable. I am Nifemi Oguntoye. See you again tomorrow.